Hello, welcome back to the Watford Way. Today, as we watch Manchester City versus Watford. I hope you liked our new intro to the watch alongs there. Some nice vibes, some nice chilled out music ahead of what is set to maybe be a very difficult evening of football for Watford. Welcome to the stream to anyone who is new watching. My name is James, of course, and today we are watching Watford face Manchester City at the Etihad. We have plenty of time to go before kick-off, about 10 minutes or so plenty of time to get into the team news as well. And Watford have gone with a heavily rotated team. 9 changes, I believe, for the Hornets today. And let's bring that up on screen for you now. Firstly, as well, if you are watching the stream, let me know if my audio is loud and clear enough for you to listen to as well. But here's the Watford team, and we'll also talk about the Manchester City team prior to the game as well. So as you can see, plenty of changes, some enforced changes potentially, you could say, with injuries to Francisco Sierralta and Daniel Bachmann. Ryan Andrews also hasn't travelled today due to a muscular issue. But you can see there, look, quite a lot of changes for Watford. Jonathan Bond in goal. Ogbonna making his Watford debut today, alongside Ryan Porteous and James Morris. Sema and Yassir Larouchi will most likely be in them two wing-back positions, with Imran Louza and Tom Ince making up the midfield. Festi Ebesele and Kwadwo Bar look to be, at least according to Google, in the 2 number 10 positions, although I would assume maybe Ebesele has played in midfield before, so we might see Ebesele next to Louza, and then Tom Ince moving into one of them 10 positions. And then up front, we have the prolific goal scorer on the same level as Erling Haaland in Vacuum Bio. So yeah, look, it's not, it's not a fantastic team if we're going to sit here and be honest, but it's the best we could do, really, given the circumstances, in my opinion. There we go. I'm just listening to my audio to make sure I sound all clear. So yeah, that is the Watford team for today. I'll run you through it one more time. Vacuum Bio, Festi Ebesele, Kwadwo Bar, who very much deserves his start, Imran Louza, Tom Ince, Ken Sema, Yassir Larouchi, and we've got James Morris, Ryan Porteous, and Angelo Ogbonna in defence, with Jonathan Bond in goal. Scrolling down, you can see our substitute bench is made up of Matty Pollock, Georgie Shafatatse, Rocco Vata, Pierre Duomo, Antonio Tikvic, Mamadou Doumbia, who scored for the under-21s a week or so ago. I was in attendance for that match. Tom Deli Bashiru, Alfie Marriott, and Michael Adu Poku. So not, again, not a fantastic bench. Watford. I know Daniel Jefferson is cup tied for this game as well. No Sissoko on the bench either, of course, as he's quite an old player generally in terms of football terms. So yeah, an interesting bench and a very interesting starting 11 for Watford. So let me get your thoughts in chat in regards to Watford's starting 11. Moving on to Manchester City's team. Now, this really concerns me because I was hoping in my heart that they would go completely rotated, put the 18s and 21s in there and give them a shot in this game. They haven't quite done that, although they are debuts. They do have a 16-year-old debutant in at centre-back in Braithwaite there, number 61, as you can see. And yeah, still, even with a rotated side, they should quite comfortably be able to beat Watford today, especially looking at that front three there. So you have Stefan Ortega in goal, who is really good with his feet. Carl Walker, John Stones, as I mentioned, the 16-year-old Braithwaite, making his debut for Manchester City today. Of course, their academy is absolutely incredible. Rico Lewis, again, another academy graduate for Manchester City, makes up their back line. O'Reilly, Matthias Nunes, and James McAtee make up the midfield three, And then looking up front, look at that. You have Jack Grealish, Phil Foden, and Jeremy Doku. Doku and Foden are the ones who concern me the most, really. Doku is so fast. And of course, Phil Foden, I believe, won Premier League Player of the Season last year as well. So a very tough team there for Watford to face. Let's take a look at some of your comments as well. Tom out in Australia says, good evening / morning, James. I'm going to say 4-1 to Watford, I assume that means, Tom. So a very bold prediction from you there. Richard says, evening, James. Evening, Richard. How are you? Tony says, let's be honest here, City can put their kids on and still be too good for us. Absolutely agree with that statement, Tony. And Caden, hello Caden, how are you? He says the Etihad is basically empty, which isn't a surprise really. It's a cup tie against the championship team on a Tuesday night. I'm not sure the Man City fans are going to get too excited about watching Watford, considering they face teams like Real Madrid and Paris Saint-Germain in the Champions League. I don't think Watford is quite at that level, but yeah, that is to be expected. And I know the tickets, I believe, went to general sale actually for today's game as well. So yeah, definitely Man City trying to flog their tickets. The players are out now though, so I'll revert the screen back to my beautiful face. And yeah, I hope you guys can join me throughout the game today. I'm very much looking forward to this. Nervous, of course, because I don't want a repeat of an 8-0, a 6-0. I think if Watford can keep it 4 goals or under conceded, I think, could we all agree that's probably an acceptable scoreline. So yeah, here we go. The City players are out, they're lined up. They're saying hello to the Watford players currently. And yeah, I mean, Caden said that the Etihad is empty. The lower tier looks pretty full up to me. The upper tier, not so much. But yeah, here we go in the Carabao Cup. Can Watford get through to round 4, facing arguably the best team in world football right now? If you are new, please hit subscribe to the Watford Way. It'd be very much appreciated, of course, as we try and hit 1,050 subscribers on today's stream. And hopefully I won't be updating that score too often today as well. Because yeah, as I said, I'm really nervous about conceding so many goals. And of course, we know with Watford in recent weeks, we've conceded so early on. In the last 4 games, Watford have conceded within the first 4 minutes, which is a terrible statistic. So here we go at the Etihad. Looks like we're going to be kicking off about a minute or so early here. And yeah, the players are lining up on the centre circle right now. Here we go. And of course, send in your questions throughout the live stream as well in the live chat. I'll be more than happy to answer anything to do with Watford or anything generally, as long as it's within reason, of course. Hello, Rudy. How are you? I'm surprised you've not gone, Rudy, today, actually. You usually go to these types of games. So, yeah, welcome to the Watch Along, Rudy. Hope you're doing all right. And yeah, I know quite a few Watford fans who went up there today. So fair play to them. It's quite a long commute to pretty much watch a guaranteed Watford battering. So to everyone who travelled today, fair play to you. Because yeah, if it was probably on a Saturday, I may have considered going. But yeah, a Tuesday night, midweek, the weather's a bit crap. Yeah, it's not my cup of tea. So Carl Walker and Ken Semmer just tossing the coin right now with referee David Webb. And as I say, I'm usually 30 or 40 seconds behind real time. So if you get a goal notification on your phone and I haven't quite reacted to it, I do apologise. It is just what happens when we do streams like this. Milkman, hello. He says, do we know how many away fans there are? I do not. I don't think I think we may have actually sold out our allocation. I'm not too sure, but I did see a few Watford fans asking for tickets on social media. So we may have actually sold out our allocation. Richard says, good, thank you. Went to the community event at the Vic last night. Had a tour of the stadium and got to sit in the dugout. Very nice, Richard. Sounds good. I'd love a stadium tour. I've never been in the Watford changing rooms. So, yeah, I'd absolutely love that. Tom says Big Ken is our captain. Of course, yes, Big King Ken was just in the centre circle with Carl Walker. Caden says keep the score below 4 and I'm happy. I can agree with that, Caden. And Rudy says, haha, already ticked Man City away off the list. Yeah, we won a few times, didn't we, Rudy, in the Premier League? And we've kicked off here at the Etihad. And here we go. Can Watford, if we can get to half-time 0-0, I will be thoroughly, thoroughly impressed. But here we go at the Etihad Stadium. It's Watford v Man City. And Watford are on the attack already here. And Man City quickly win the ball back. And a counter-attacking opportunity here for City. Here's Jack Grealish down the left-hand side. Jack Grealish still on the ball. Drives to the byline. Lovely delivery into the box, but no one quite gets on the end of it. Rico Lewis picks up the ball once again. We're 40 seconds into the game if you want to sync yourselves up with me. And here's City again bombarding down this left-hand side. I can see the Watford fans all behind the goal there. Yeah, they've not quite sold out the full allocation you usually get, which is to be expected. But there's still a decent chunk of Watford fans in that block I can see. So, yeah, as I said, fair play to them all. Oh. Yeah, Ryan Porteous just getting fouled there. So the referee awards Watford a free kick. And if you want to watch this game yourselves, it's being broadcast in the UK live on Sky Sports Plus. So if you are a UK viewer, that is how you can watch the game today. And of course, through other means as well, which I'm not going to discuss on the stream today. But yeah, how's everyone doing? I hope you've had a good day. The weather's been a bit miserable where I am here in the UK. Very rainy, very cloudy. Not very warm either, so I've really just been looking forward to this game all day, really. Yassir Larouchi cuts out the ball. It looked like the ball went out of play there, but the referee says Yassir Larouchi kept that in. Man City regained possession. And yeah, I think the way Watford could target City today, and something I wasn't expecting, is the fact they do have this 16-year-old at centre-back in Braithwaite. I personally have never heard of him. Of course, I'm not a Man City fan, so I'm not familiar with their academy players. But look, a 16-year-old, yes, is making his debut today. Yes, I'm sure technically he's very good, but I think if Watford's more senior players could maybe ruffle him up a little bit, of course we may get some joy, but he is in alongside John Stones and Carl Walker today, so it's not like he doesn't have experience around him. Milkman says, who's got their fingers crossed for the first 5 minutes? Mine across now, and then the next 40. Yeah, I think we'll just do this in 5-minute segments, really. I think that the issue for Watford in recent games has been conceding so early on. Here's Grealish down his left-hand side. The ball's floated in. Larouchi boots high. Doesn't really get rid of it very well, and it's still in a danger area for Manchester City. It's put out for a Watford throw-in, though. So Watford have a throw-in here. 3 minutes and 20 seconds into this match. And actually, I know Caden earlier said the Etihad looked quite empty. And I know, of course, the nickname is the Emptyhad. But generally, I think the attendance is pretty good for, a League Cup tie against lower league opposition, to be honest with you. It's not disgraceful. I was expecting half the stadium to be empty, but generally it's quite full up here in Manchester today. And I assume, Rudy, you'll be at the Sunderland game at the weekend. Hopefully, I'll see you then. And yes, Sunderland, a very tough test for Watford this weekend. And I know there's a few other Carabao Cup ties taking place this evening as well. So we'll look at their scores at half-time too. The ball just going into Jonathan Bond's hands there. Long ball attempted by City. And yeah, Jonathan Bond claims that quite easily. And yeah, so far, so good generally. Oh God, for goodness sake, Ryan Porteous, silly in possession there, loses the ball. Oh, for God's sake! For God's sake, we've already conceded. Again, 4 minutes into this match, I can't believe it. It's happened again. It has happened again. I can't believe it. Ryan Porteous getting caught in possession. And Jeremy Doku, I think it was there, slotting away quite easily for City. And that's the game done already. That is the game done. Just watching this in the replay. It's Ogbonna. It's Bond into Ogbonna. Ogbonna across to Porteous. And yeah, a terrible, terrible back pass from Ryan Porteous. Lazy, actually, really. And yeah, that's a poor goal from Watford. We're already 1 goal down. Oh, God. I can't believe this. I cannot believe... Well, I can believe it because it's Manchester City. But I'm not going to get too angry because we kind of know what we're coming up against, really. But yeah, there's the score updated for the first time tonight. 1-0 to Manchester City, as you can see down there. And yeah, here we go. Tom in Australia, I hope it was worth waking up for because we're already 1 goal down. You know, I've got a glass of water here, but maybe that should have been a glass of vodka to get me through what I'm watching today. Oh dear, for God's sake! And you know, it wasn't even a good goal. That's what frustrates me. And by the way, that's now the 5th game in a row Watford have conceded within the first 4 minutes. So a stupid statistic that we need to change. But yeah, as I said, it wasn't even a good goal. It was, you know, I don't want to swear, but it was an awful goal. It was just silly. You know, Ryan Porteous just didn't put enough power in the pass. Doku was there to pounce. Here's Kwadwo Bar though. Oh, dangerous ball into the box there. Actually, Man City get it away. But yeah, you know, just a silly goal. But yeah, you know, I was expecting to lose today. So, you know, if that was against Sunderland, I'd be much more angry. But, you know, it's Manchester City. You know, what can we expect? But yeah, very frustrating. Milkman says, told you. Yes, you did. You did. Owen, hello. Owen, how are you? He says, time wasting will be the key for us if we're 0-0 in the 90th minute. Well, I'm afraid to say, Owen, it's 1-0 to Manchester City already. It's 1-0 already. Oh, Tom in Australia says, bed is looking pretty attractive at this point. I'm sure it is, Tom. Yeah, maybe just... don't go back to sleep, but just maybe get back into bed and watch from the comfort of your duvet cover. Rudy says, yes, we'll be there, of course, at the next game. Good to see, Rudy. Good to see. Here's Watford in possession. We attempt a long ball over Stefan Ortega. It doesn't work, and it falls straight into his hands. Here's Carl Walker down the right-hand side into Rico Lewis. And yeah, you know, Manchester City probably could have played their whole under 16 team and still have been competitive with Watford. So yeah, I'm really not surprised at all. Here's Loser under a bit of pressure here. Loser passes straight to Jack Grealish, and there's Grealish doing a 1-2 into Doku on this right hand side, looking to take on Yasser Larouchi. Oh, Watford nearly conceding a second goal there. Some good defending by Porteous, sliding in at the back post. Here's Jeremy Doku, who's so dangerous, by the way. Such, you know, he's a bums off of seat type of player, isn't he, Doku? He's so exciting to watch. Here he is again down this right-hand side, taking on Yasser Larouchi. Oh, the ball comes in. I'm not sure who that was up front, but they tried a back heel type of finish. There's actually James McAtee there. Trying to backheel finish. Doku down the right hand side again, a lovely delivery, and a McAtee at the front post, tries to kind of knock it in, you know, with the back of his foot, but it doesn't come off that time, unfortunately. And yeah, it's a Watford goal kick. Oh, the comment was for Sunderland. Fair enough. Fair enough, Owen. Fair enough. Right, here's Watford. We've actually had a little bit of possession, to be fair. It's not like we've been totally under pressure for the first 10 minutes. Oh, some good play here down the right-hand side. Is that a Watford corner? No, it is a goal kick to City. Quadwo Bar with another run there down the right. Certainly been our most threatening player so far, 10 minutes into this match. Ah, God. Deary me, hey. Right, here's City playing out from the back. Their 16-year-old Braithwaite on the ball right now. Into Rico Lewis down his right-hand side. Rico Lewis comes forward with the ball, looking to make a pass. I completely forgot Phil Foden is playing right now, by the way, as well. He's not actually touched the ball that much in these opening few minutes of the match. I'll be shocked if Watford even score a goal. I mean, if Watford score, I'll go mental. Even if it's like 5-1 and we score a goal, because to even score a goal with our current crop of players against City, you know, would be a good achievement. The camera is just panned to Tom Cleverley there in the technical area, wearing what looks to be, you know, a nice winter coat that Tom Cleverley's got on there. And I have to say, Tom Cleverley's dress sense is really nice. Yeah, I love his style of clothing he wears in the dugout. He wore a tracksuit last season. He's gone more smart casual this year. So yeah, I'm a big fan. I'm a big fan of Tom Cleverley's clothing choices this season. Let me know your thoughts in the live chat of the game so far. We're also trying to hit 1,050 subscribers today. I'll just have a quick check to see how close we are to achieving that goal. Well, I've got one eye on the game as well. I don't want to miss another Manchester City goal, do I? Loser intercepts well there. So we're 5 subscribers away from our goal. So fingers crossed we can hit that today. We're on 1,045 subscribers so far. So 5 more to hit our goal for today's watch along of 1,050. 12 minutes, 20 seconds now also into this match. And yeah, aside from the goal, not a lot's actually happened really. I was expecting to be 3 or 4 down by this point, as we saw in that 8-0 defeat against when we had Quique Sanchez Flores as manager. So yeah, it's not been too bad so far. Watford have got quite a good shape. We look quite structured. Looks like we're playing like a 2-3-5 type of formation, like 5 at the back. The 2 wing backs are obviously a lot deeper today because of how Manchester City play. But out of possession, Watford certainly have the 2 up top in Vacuum Bio and Quadwo Bar, which I would say is probably a sensible combination for Tom Cleverley to have gone with. He's Doku again. He's seen a lot of the ball down this right-hand side. Lays it into Rico Lewis. Lewis back into Doku. Evades a challenge from Ken Sema. Look to find Phil Foden. Rico Lewis keeps it in. And it goes out for a Manchester City corner. The ball coming off of Yassir Larouchi after Rico Lewis fired it across the box. And as VJ says, make sure to hit subscribe. It would be very much appreciated. Oh, here's Doku. Lovely play. Goes out for another Manchester City throw. It's a throw in, not a corner. The camera angle deceived me on that occasion. But yeah, for the Watford fans that travelled, you know, a long journey up there today. It's about 3.5 hours without traffic. Um, so yeah, let's assume the coaches leave at about 10:30 tonight, 10 p.m. You know, you're looking at getting back into Watford at probably 12:30, 1 a.m. If you've not got any traffic or roadworks. So yeah, a long old journey for everyone who's gone today. So as I say, fair play, um, you know, to everyone really. Here's Grealish on the ball. Braithwaite out to Matthias Nunes on this left hand side. And I think today as well, from a Watford perspective, is also about, you know, giving much needed minutes to players who haven't seen as much football. I know people don't like him that much, but you're giving Tom Ince, you know, another match. Imran Loser, Pierre Duomo, who's our new midfielder, can potentially come off the bench and get some more minutes as well. So I think today, if we can keep the score respectable, you know, it's just an opportunity for our fringe players to, you know, to get some minutes in their legs, which, you know, I think is always a good thing, really. Yeah, Manchester City really holding on to the ball at the moment. Grealish now on this left hand side. Caden says, very mixed so far. Owen says, I've just been to change my socks to my lucky ones as you forgot pre-match. Well, that's why we conceded, Owen. You know, I'm putting the blame on you there, I'm afraid. You forgot to put on your lucky socks and Watford conceded. So I'm sorry to say that is entirely your fault. Do better. Do better, Owen. VJ says, do we look relaxed? No. No, I don't think we look relaxed, VJ. I think any team against Manchester City doesn't look relaxed. Watford having more of the ball than I thought. Like, in terms of possession, it's probably about 70-30, I would say, if I went to look at the statistics. Loser on the ball right now in midfield. So it's not like Watford aren't touching the ball. We just don't have that clinical edge that City have. And actually, the bench they've got today as well, if they do get into trouble, is absolutely ridiculous. I mean, we'll take a look at maybe the next break in play, but they have ridiculous players to bring off the bench if needed as well. So yeah, don't get too comfortable. If Watford even managed to get an equaliser, for example, they have ridiculous players on the bench as well. Here's Loser, tries to turn away from his man, gets caught in possession. Imran Loser falls to the floor. He's not actually injured. He gets back up now, but Loser cost Watford possession there. Phil Foden on the ball. Loser gets up and returns back to midfield after pretending to be down with an injury, which is something I don't like in players, where they go down with a fake injury, looking for a foul, and then when they get counter attacks, they're out of position, which really annoys me. But yeah, Yasser Larouche with a good defensive challenge there. Ball goes out for a City free kick. And of course, I won't be back here on Saturday. I'll be attending the game at Vicarage Road against Sunderland, hoping for finally another win in the Championship after Watford's initial good start. Oh, Grealish with a lovely reverse pass there. So 18 minutes 30 seconds has been played, and the score is, as I speak, Manchester City 1, Watford 0. Matthias Nunes now tries to spread the ball out wide, and the pass is too much for Jeremy Doku to run onto. So it's a Watford throw-in in our defensive half towards the corner flag. The one thing I was worried about today was Antonio Tikvich starting. You know, he's a player I just haven't gelled with at all. I just didn't understand the signing initially. whenever I watch him, he looks. He doesn't look like a footballer, to be honest with you, or at least he doesn't look like a competent defender. I watched him at Vicarage Road in the under-21s last Friday, and he looked terrible in that game as well. So, yeah, Tikvich, at least he's not playing today, and at least Haaland's not playing today as well, because that just would have been a ridiculous punishment for Watford. So Haaland and De Bruyne both unavailable for selection today, which is good. Which is good. Here's James Morris. Nice pass there, actually. And Watford still have the ball. James Morris with some good interchanging passing down this left-hand side for Watford. Man City regain the ball. Mark is a Sunderland fan. Oh, you're scouting us out, Mark, before the game this weekend. I hope City hit 5 past you. That's fair enough. I mean, I'm expecting that anyway. So yeah, that is absolutely fair enough. But yeah, to be fair, Mark, we are playing our most of our second string players today. So I think most Watford fans are expecting a bit of a drubbing. But here's Watford again. Oh, we've scored! Oh, God! Watford scored! We scored, but it's offside. It is offside. Kwadwo Bar scored for Watford. I mean, was this offside or was there a foul? I'm just trying to see what the issue was here. I don't know what the issue was. I think they're saying Kwadwo Bar fouled Braithwaite. I mean, to me, that's a shoulder-to-shoulder challenge. I mean, I think that's very poor from the referee and the linesman. Kwadwo Bar scored a lovely goal for Watford there. A lovely finish across the floor. And that made it 1-1. But the linesman, it didn't look like the referee. It seemed the linesman flagged it for a foul on Braithwaite. Although, to me, it's a shoulder-to-shoulder challenge. So... yeah, what a shame. Kwadwo Bar there scoring for Watford at the Etihad. But yeah, it's still 1-0. I'm sorry to get you guys excited there. Milkman says big team bias. I agree. Do you guys agree if you're watching the game with what I'm saying? It was a shoulder-to-shoulder challenge before Kwadwo Bar scored there. Here's Man City then. Was that our excitement done for the evening and not like a goal ruled out for a foul? Is that all we get? And you know what? Watford are actually doing all right here. Vacuum Bio, some lovely hold-up play there. Vacuum Bio plays it back to Ryan Porteous, who I'm sure is killing himself for the pass that led to Manchester City's early goal. And I have to say, Ryan Porteous has just not had a great year. I think that the Euros have really... and I'd love to speak to him. I mean, I've asked Watford for an interview with Ryan Porteous. So I'd love to learn about his current, mindset. But I think the Euros and getting sent off in that first game against Germany really have hindered his ability to feel confident in his play. And he's just not quite looked the same player for me since then, which is a shame. And yeah, again today, a silly mistake for that first goal from Ryan Porteous. What a shame, though. I mean, Watford scoring the goal there through Kwadwo Bar, a real shame. If that was given, I would have got very excited. Here's Phil Foden, edge of the box. Jack Grealish looking to get a shot away here. He's closed down by some Watford players. Out wide to Jeremy Doku. With some skills. Out wide, right. He floats across to the back post. Looks like McAtee's back there to pick it up. Oh, I tell you what, Watford defending resolutely here. Really proud of the way we've defended after we've conceded that first goal. Come on, Watford. Walker with a lovely crossfield pass out to Doku. Blimey. Linesman flags for offside. Mark, the Sunderland fan, says, "Nah, man, I respect Watford as a team. They got some really good players. Thank you." You have some good players as well. You know, I really like the Sunderland team. I think Dan Ballard, your centre back, is a player I would absolutely take at Watford. I think is quality. And yeah, your team's really young. You've got a lot of potential. So yeah, I would say the same back to you. Chris Rigg, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, he scored a really good goal at the weekend, didn't he? I think it was like a back heel finish. Yeah, that was a quality goal. Here's Man City with possession, unsurprisingly once again. Phil Foden out to Grealish. Porteous heads clear. And yeah, going back to that Quadwo Bar goal, I think it was really unfair from the lino to rule that out. For me, sorry, here's Man City. Matthias Nunes, edge of the box. Rico Lewis out to Grealish. Well defended by Porto. Yeah, for me, you know, if you're watching the game, and this is obviously me being slightly biased, but I would say that's a fair challenge by Quadwo Bar. He's using his natural strength, shoulder to shoulder challenge. The City player lost out. Quadwo Bar fires in. I think that should have been a goal. So let me know what you think in the live chat, of course, as well. But yeah, disappointing they didn't allow that, because I'm sure City would have gone on to win anyway. So yeah, I don't know why they didn't give that goal really. Here's Grealish, finds some space. Oh, lovely feet from Grealish. Porteous cuts it out right towards the 6-yard box there, actually. Quadwo Bar running forward, looking to find some space. Sorry, it's vacuum bio, I do apologise. I'm watching on a tiny screen here, so I can't quite make out which players who. Here's Doku down the right. Doku wins Manchester City another corner. And yeah, certainly Foden, Grealish, Doku, Rico Lewis, you know, all the players getting most involved for City so far. Grealish showing his quality there with that run into the box as well. Here's Phil Foden setting up to take the corner. He takes it short, of course, as they do most of the time, City. Foden. Oh, blimey. Jonathan Bonds and Ryan Porteous both going for that ball. It looked like a head-to-head collision in the air. Porteous looks a bit dazed. Hopefully he's not concussed. But yeah, both Porteous and Jonathan Bond going for the same ball there. And you see that a lot in football, where the goalkeeper inadvertently takes out his own player. He looks okay, Porteous. But if I was the medical team, I'd probably check in on him or a little bit. Yeah, here's City with the corner. It's whipped in this time. It's picked up in the box. Here's Kyle Walker, who hasn't really had anything to do at all so far. Jeremy Doku, I've mentioned his name about 100 times already. Phil Foden. Matthias Nunes. Jack Grealish. Watford have got everyone behind the ball right now, by the way. Here's Rico Lewis. Man City struggling to break Watford down here, actually. I saw them play a similar way in the second half against Arsenal, where they just struggled to really, you know, put through a pass that threatened the Arsenal back line until the very end. So, yeah, you know what? You know, nearly 30 minutes gone now at the Etihad, and we're only one goal down through our own mistakes. So I'll take that. I'll take that, absolutely. Oh, Jonathan Bond with a terrible kick out. Kicks it straight to a City player. It's headed clear. Doku lines up the shot. It's blocked by Porteous and falls into Jonathan Bond's hands. Ugh. If you are new around here, make sure to hit subscribe down below. We're trying today to hit 1,050 subscribers. I believe we're about 4 away from that goal now. So please, if you haven't already and you want to make someone happy today, hit that subscribe button down below. It'd be very much appreciated. Here's Rico Lewis. I have to say, Yasser Larouchi versus Jeremy Doku is a decent race. Both players have a lot of pace. They've been going at each other all game so far. Well, more Doku towards Larouchi, but yeah, I'd love to see them two have a 50-meter sprint to see who wins, because that's looked like a pretty decent battle so far, actually. And the ball goes out for a Watford throw. Right. So, we're about a third of the way through the game so far. Let me know your thoughts so far in the live chat. Yeah, so far, I think I think I can say so far so good. Generally, I mean, Watford have looked okay. Going forward, we had a goal disallowed, I think wrongly. And other than the mistake, which I feel like I've said a lot in recent weeks, we've defended quite well. So for me, I would say we're doing okay. If Tom from Australia is still watching, I'd love to know your thoughts, Tom, or maybe he's gone back to bed. I don't know. He said he was setting his alarm early for the game, so maybe he's gone back to bed. Or the referee here gives Manchester City a free kick in quite a dangerous position. I think it was Loser who committed the foul. I'm just watching it back in the replay here. I mean, to me, it looked like Loser won the ball there, but the referee says he commits a foul. And Manchester City get a free kick in well, it's probably, a really good position for them. I imagine Phil Foden or Grealish will take it, and those are the two players who are standing over the ball. Jack Grealish with his humongous calf muscles, by the way. I just have to point that out once today. Sorry. But yes, Phil Foden and Jack Grealish both standing over this. They're whispering to each other. They're trying to figure out their set-piece routine. And to be honest, I'm expecting this to go into the back of the net and be 2-0. I think they've both got the quality to score here, especially past Jonathan Bond. Bond's left a massive gap to his left-hand side. And if they can get this over the wall, it's going to be a goal. And the wall does its job. Phil Foden struck with his left foot. And actually, the Watford wall did its job there, which is good to see. Oh, Tom's here. Good. And agree, James, the goal should have been allowed. Yes, I agree as well. Yeah, very odd. I mean, I just thought it was a shoulder-to-shoulder challenge, really. Apart from Porto's mistake, looking okay, all things considered. Absolutely agree. I'm not sure what you mean there, Caden. Do you want to elaborate? Watford are going for the long throw here. Festi Ebisele is going with the long throw in. Here he is. He throws it long. Oh, it was quite dangerous actually. Not too bad. Oh, that was on Loser's foul. Yeah, it didn't look like a foul to me at all. So, yeah, this referee's got 2 decisions wrong already. I mean, Caden, let me know what you think, but I think the goal for Kwadwo Bar should have been given, in my opinion. I just thought it was a shoulder-to-shoulder challenge, and I thought shoulder-to-shoulder challenges were allowed. So, yeah, I'm a bit confused by that, really. Right, not long till half time. Probably about 10, 11 minutes to go. Jack Grealish with the ball. Watford win it back. Loser on the ball right now. And you know what? Losers looked really good actually in possession. When Losers had the ball, he's looked quite calm, which I think is always a good sign. And I think Loser is a player who, look, he's quite what's the word? I don't want to offend Imran Loser here, but I don't think he deals well. It does well against physical sides, and actually coming up against Manchester City today, where the ball's on the ground much more often. I think this game probably suits Loser a lot more. 35 minutes gone, 10 to go. Excuse me, until half time here at the Etihad. Yasser Larouci on the ball here. Larouci driving at Rico Lewis. He keeps it in on the byline. Watford have to throw here. Loser. Back to James Morris. Ogbonna. I've not really noticed Ogbonna today, actually. I completely forgot Ogbonna was even playing. I barely mentioned him at all. But yeah, Ogbonna getting involved there as well. And Watford have another throw here. James Morris taking it. Just on the halfway line. Here's Yasser Larouci. For God's sake. Vacuum Bio just falls over when Watford had the ball and we lose out on possession, unfortunately. Ah. Come on, Watford. You know what? The longer this stays 1-0, I will still believe, because I'm always going to believe. But yes, so far so good, and actually second half as well. Watford will be shooting towards our own away fans, which is always good. So yeah, actually, I think what I would do now if I was a Watford player, and I don't want to jinx us, I don't want to give the commentators curse. But if we can get to half time at 1-0, I will absolutely take that. Oh, good play here by City. Rico Lewis. Carl Walker. And Matthias Nunes scores. And it's 2-0. And it is commentator's curse, unfortunately. I thought it was Carl Walker, actually, initially with the shot. Of course, I don't have commentary on. But yeah, it's Matthias Nunes, edge of the box. And that is game done, game over, unfortunately, for Watford. We ain't coming back from this. Yeah, some great play. And probably poor goalkeeping, actually, from Jonathan Bond, really. Should have done better there. I don't think the shot had much ferocity on it, really. And yeah, I'd say that goal was probably made by Rico Lewis more than anything, really. So yeah, 2-0 to City. Game done and dusted. Let me change the score. But the first goal, really disappointing for Jeremy Doku. And yeah, that was just some good interplay through City, edge of the box. Matthias Nunes striking well, and they go 2-0 up. So yeah, Manchester City 2, Watford 0. Let's get that score changed. And Matthias Nunes, I believe, is formerly of Wolves. Correct me if I'm wrong. But I do believe he used to play for Wolves before Man City brought him for, I think, about 60 or 70 million pounds. It was, I think, quite a ridiculous transfer fee that they paid for Nunes, and he doesn't really get that much football. So, yeah, that was an odd transfer. What a shame. I said get to half time at 1-0. Milkman says, keep the faith. The next goal is important. I can't tell if that's sarcasm or not. Maybe if this was against Plymouth. But we ain't playing against Plymouth today, mate. We are playing against City. Yeah. I mean, if Watford scored the next goal, great. But, you know, I doubt that's going to happen. I really highly doubt that. And yeah, Man City have the ball right now. I'm just going to look up Watford's next fixtures actually to see when our next watch along will be. And our next watch along is going to be on... Let me find it. It's going to be on Wednesday, the 2nd of October, 7:45 as Watford travel away to Preston North End. So you can join me back here for another live watch along at 7:45 on Wednesday, the 2nd of October. So next Wednesday, next week, Watford will be going away to Preston. Here's Ogbonna into Yasser Larouchi. Here's City, Jeremy Doku dribbling past 2 or 3 people. And he's having fun out there, Doku today. Grealish goes past Sema once again. Is that a penalty? Referee says, sorry, it's Festia Baselli. Referee says no, goes out for a Man City corner. And Ebasele does well actually to win that ball from Grealish. Here's Rico Lewis. Manchester City trying to add a third before half-time. Carl Walker and Vacuum Bio having a bit of a fight off the ball here. Oh dear. It was alright to begin with, wasn't it? But it's become a bit boring now. You know, it's 2-0 to City. At 1-0, you know, you think something might happen. But the fact it's now 2-0 is, it's done, isn't it, really? As VJ says, like, subscribe. It costs absolutely nothing. Absolutely right, VJ. Trying to hit 1,050 subscribers today. And to chat in the live chat as well, why we do watch alongs, you do need to be a channel subscriber. So yeah, hit that button down below and that will let you talk to me in the live chat during these watch alongs as well. Here's City on the ball. Watford looking a bit out of shape at the moment. I think we just need to get to half time now, about 3.5 minutes to go. Festia Basele and Porteous doing well to hold off Jack Grealish here. And I really want to go on social media and look at the reaction to the disallowed Kwadwo Bar goal, because again, I have to reiterate it, and I know I'm repeating myself, but I think that should be a goal. I really do think that should have been a goal. I don't think that should have been disallowed for, you know, I don't know what they said in the commentary, but you know, it's a physical game, football. It was a shoulder to shoulder challenge. Kwadwo Bar won the challenge. He was running through with the ball, and he slotted it away. So for me, I don't get it. I don't get it. And Kwadwo Bar for me has so far today done enough actually to maybe earn himself a start this weekend against Sunderland. I wouldn't be opposed to seeing Jebison, Georgie, and Bar, or Jebison, Georgie, and Vata again. But certainly Kwadwo Bar has done a lot to impress me. And here is Bar actually holding up the ball so well. Oh, Kwadwo Bar. What a run by Kwadwo Bar this is. Oh, and that is superb play from Kwadwo Bar. His Vacuum Bio. Watford on the counter attack right now. Here we go. Can we do anything here? Festia Basele on the ball. Looking to get a shot away. Doesn't do so. Watford retain possession. Edge of Manchester City's box. Here's Loser. Out to Ebasele. Looking to play in Kwadwo Bar. He doesn't quite manage to do so. Here's Bar. Do not go backwards. Keep the pressure on City. Come on, Watford. Here's James Morris. Loser. Back to Ogbonna. Manchester City just starting to push up slightly now with their high line. I think Watford have kind of lost this opportunity now, really. Loser. Back to Ogbonna. Lovely play by Watford. Really good play. Here's Yasser Larouche down the left. Larouche, lovely ball in. Oh my God. Vacuum Bio heads wide. A lovely bit of play by the Golden Boys there. Really impressive stuff against, a really tough City side. But actually, Vacuum Bio has got to score. He's really got to score in that position. He had a free header. He gets up above his man really well. Free header on goal. Lovely delivery, and he heads it wide. Really disappointing stuff. But initially by Watford, really impressive to get into that position. Here's Grealish down the left. I feel like Grealish and Doku have been their two main men today, really. Right, that's half-time. Manchester City 2, Watford 0. What a great bit of play by the Golden Boys to end that half. Really impressive. Lovely from Kwadwo Bar to set it up originally. The cross-in from Yasser Larouche and Vacuum Bio, is a really strange player. Let's be honest here. He heads wide and he should really be getting that on target. But really impressive. Kwadwo Bar, by far the standout attacking player for Watford today. He really is now pushing for a start in that number 10 role, or maybe even up front. I know we've got Jefferson, we've got Doumbia, we've got Bio, but today, Bar with the disallowed goal, the play we just saw towards the end of the second half as well. Really impressive. VJ says they say 2-0 is a dangerous lead. That's the spirit, lads. Tom agrees with me and says lovely cross. That's talking about Yasser Larouche into Vacuum Bio there at the end of that second half. Charlotte Gibson. Hello, Charlotte. Have we got VAR in this game? I looked this up before, actually, earlier today. And in the League Cup, from what I read, they did not have VAR until the semi-finals. So no VAR today. If there was VAR, for example, the Kwadwo Bar goal would have been checked when it was ruled out for context. But yeah, no VAR today. If there was VAR, Watford might be drawing or winning this game right now. We don't know. But yeah, I'm still a little bit annoyed about that disallowed goal, to be honest with you. Rudy agrees with me and says Bar has been great in the first half. Absolutely agree with that statement, Rudy. I think Bar has been clearly Watford's standout attacking player today. I think Porteous, aside from the mistake, has been okay as well. Festia Basele doing well to deal with Jack Grealish. I think Yasser Larouche versus Jeremy Doku has been a good battle to watch as well. So I actually think we've done all right. I think we've been pretty steady. Kobe, hello. Have I seen you before? I think I have. He or she says, "Are the boys playing good?" I'd say we are, actually. Just silly mistakes again defensively for Watford, conceding, so early on again. But yeah, I'm quite happy and content with the way we played it, especially in that last 5-minute period in the first half. So yeah, I'd give the performance from Watford a solid considering the opposition, a solid 7 out of 10. You know, other than score a goal, which we did do, and it got disallowed, we couldn't have done much more. So yeah. Richard, what changes would you make? Good to see Georgie. Well, yeah, Pog Alfie says, sorry. He says, should have been a goal. I mean, I don't know what the reaction's been on Twitter and stuff, but yeah, that should have been a goal for me. It was, it's big club bias there, I think, from the officials. Going back to Richard's point, what changes would you make? Good to see Georgie. Let's have a look. Let's have a look at the Watford bench here. I'll just scroll down so you guys can see that. And you can compare the two benches there, and both benches have quality players on. More so, of course, Man City. Ruben Dias, Kovacic, Gundogan, Bernardo Silva, Josko Gvardiol, Manuel Akanji, Savinho, Edison. So they have a stat bench. Watford also have some quality players. Rocco Vata, Georgie Shafatatse, Matty Pollock. I'd love to see Matty Pollock feature, just purely because he was really excited about the game in the interview I did with Matty. He said his dad was going to come to the stadium and watch him tonight. So I really do hope Matty Pollock gets a few minutes hopefully today. Pierre Duomo's available. Tikvich, don't care. Mamadou Doumbia, Tom Deli Bashiru, Alfie Marriott, he's an academy goalkeeper, and Michael Adepoku's there as well as kind of a academy player. So yes, lots of options there, more so attacking wise for Watford. I wouldn't risk Georgie. Watford are going out of this game. I think we need to be honest with each other and say we're losing today. And there's no need to risk Georgie, especially with the back injury he picked up a week or so ago. Rocco Vata, Pollock, Pierre Duomo, Mamadou Doumbia, sure. But yeah, Georgie, as much as I love him, I wouldn't risk him for today's game. Let's see what you guys are saying. We said that should have been a goal, says Alfie. Agreed. Josh Lewis, hello, Josh. How are you? Should be 2-1 up, if not for Porto, Bio, and the ref. Yes, you've basically summed that up, Josh. Absolutely. Milchman, I bet Kwadwo Bar's agent is pleased. Yes, Kwadwo Bar, great performance from him today. Yeah, really, really impressive from Kwadwo Bar. Josh talking about the substitutions from Watford there. Would love to see Duomo given a chance, or Doumbia. I think we'll see that probably towards more the latter stages of the game. I think Cleverly will probably stick with the current team until 60-70 minutes and then make the changes. Caden, Shafatatse should come on. We need some extra attacking flair. I think for me, Caden, you need more long-term thinking in these situations. We'd all love to see Georgie today, but we need him to be fit for Sunderland. I don't think let's be honest. Are Watford really going to score 3 goals at the Etihad to win this game in the second half? No. So I don't think there's any need to risk Georgie. Let the younger players have the experience of playing at a big stadium, and yeah, let Georgie rest and recover for the weekend is what I say. But I understand the thinking, but yeah, for me personally, I would not risk it at all. But yeah, I can see why people are calling for it really. But yeah, that's all the questions you guys have submitted so far. Feel free to send in some more questions about anything. Could be about what I had to eat earlier today. It could be about absolutely anything. I don't care at all. But yeah, we're getting ready for the second half of this game. As I said, it's currently Manchester City 2, Watford 0. I'm going to go for a quick toilet break. So literally give me 2 minutes. And then we'll be back for the second half. So bear with me. And yeah, we'll be back ready for the second half. Man City versus Watford at the Etihad. Quickly before I go, Josh says, what would the score be if this was our full strength best 11, considering the performance? Fantastic question, actually. And as you said earlier, Josh, we should be 2-1 up if it wasn't for Porteous with the mistake. Bio missing that free header and the ref. I certainly think this would be even more of a closer game if Watford had played our full strength team today. So yeah, I reckon, I reckon Watford could have won if we'd gone all out, but I don't think Cleverley was ever going to do that. So great question, but a bit of a pointless question, of course, because I don't think Watford were ever going to play, all of our best players today. I mean, Musa Sissoko, for example, isn't even in the squad at all. Neither is Ryan Andrews, Francisco Sierralta, etc. So yeah. Caden's gone full time. City 2, Watford 2. A 6-5 penalty win for Watford. That's crazy, Caden. If it happens, I will. What can I do if that happens? I don't know. I don't like doing dares and bets really, but if that happens, I'll do something. Oh dear. But yeah, I would be utterly shocked if Watford got back into this game. But yeah, give me literally 2 minutes. I'll be back. I'm just going for a quick toilet break. And then we can watch the second half and hopefully a miracle Watford comeback. Who knows? But yeah, I'll be back in 2 minutes. Right. Hello. We're back for the second half. I told you I wouldn't be very long. Is my audio okay? Am I sounding all right? Let me know in the live chat. Let's take a look at some of your comments. Brown Electrons, hello, welcome back. We'll lose 4-1 again. So you're saying Watford will concede 2 more goals in the second half, but will score a goal. Okay, fair enough. VJ says, what is the nickname of Rotherham? I've got no idea. I've got no idea whatsoever. Right, here we go. Let me just refresh my page. I'm up to speed with the game. And yeah, the second half should be resuming in about 2 minutes. Should be about 2 or 3 minutes to go until the second half kicks off. Let me know your predictions for how the game's going to go. I'm going to go with Watford to score. I think Watford will score a goal. And that is all I'm going to say. How many we concede, I don't know. But I've seen enough in this game to suggest that we could score a goal today. So, yeah, I'll go with a Watford goal. That is my prediction for the second half. Kobe. What do you think about Saturday's game with Sunderland? Do you think the boys can pull off a W? I do. I do think they can. I think they're capable of doing that. Do I think that will transpire? Um, I don't know. I don't know. Sunderland have been so good so far this season. Although they did lose to Plymouth Argyle, I believe. So they're certainly susceptible. Um, but yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I've got my Sunderland match preview, which will be out on Thursday. So make sure to give that a watch, and I'll dive into a bit more detail about both teams. Them. Sorry, I can feel some hiccups coming. I do apologise. Every watch along, I seem to get like hiccups, which is very frustrating. But yeah, Sunderland. Yeah, of course, Watford can win. You know, of course we can lose. You know, it's a silly thing to say. I really hope we can win because I can feel the support of the fans slowly but surely starting to turn. Just because of the fact we keep conceding really early on. I think the Sunderland game for me is more about defensive solidity and making sure we are capable of defending well, and that's what I want to see on Saturday. If we can win, even better. But I want a clean sheet first and foremost on Saturday, and not conceding within 5 minutes. I hope that makes sense. Right, Watford have come out. We're still waiting for Manchester City. Pep Guardiola leaving Watford waiting. Just trying to see if there's any substitutions coming on here. Doesn't look like it to me. Let's have a drink. Right, here's Manchester City emerging from the tunnel now as well. And they've made a sub and a very dangerous sub. I don't know who he's come on for, but their Brazilian wonder kid Savinho has come on for Man City, which is not good news for Watford. So Pep Guardiola clearly feels threatened enough to make an attacking change, and Savinho has come on for them. He got the assist at the weekend for Erling Haaland against Arsenal. Savinho. So yeah, there we go. Makes it even harder for us in this second half. So yeah, Savinho has come on for Manchester City. No worries, Kobe. Brown Electron's thoughts on Ogbonna so far. You know what? I'm not gonna say anything because I've not really noticed him, which I think for a defender is a good thing. Porteous made the mistake for the goal, and I've not really noticed Ogbonna. When he's been on the ball, he's looked composed. He's made some good passes. Physically, he looks really big and strong. But other than that, I can't comment too much because I've not been too focused on Ogbonna's performance really. But I'd say out of the three defenders, Morris, Porto, Ogbonna, he's probably looked the best. Is what I would say. And the game has kicked off, by the way, while I was waffling there as well. This is what happens doing late night watch alongs. I start yawning. I do apologise. I'm sure you can understand. I'm tired. Oh dear. Oh, I can feel another yawn coming. Oh, stop it. Oh dear. I'm just gonna look on Twitter to see who Savinho come on for. Might have been Matthias Nunes. I'm just gonna get this confirmed for you now. Yeah, it's Jeremy Doku who come off. I do apologise. Doku comes off, who was probably the best player in the first half. And Savinho, their Brazilian wonder kid, although I think he's Brazilian, has come on for Manchester City. So Doku off, Savinho on. Here's Watford. Quadway Bars picked up the ball. Loses out. Very frustrating as we were in a dangerous position there, actually. And referee blows up for a foul. Loser going in on a City player there. No Watford subs from what I'm aware at half-time, Charlotte. It was just the City sub that I highlighted for you there. VJ, is Oscar Bob playing? Nope, I don't even think he's in the squad at all. So whether he's got an injury or not, I don't know, because I assumed he might have played today. But yeah, no Oscar Bob at all in the City squad today. I'll just bring up both teams actually for you guys who are just tuning in as well. Why I'm trying to keep an eye on the game at the same time, so trying to multitask here. So that's the Watford team for today, and then that is the City. That's the City team. But just bear in mind, Doku is off for Savinho now, so no Doku, and Savinho has come into that side. Right, you know what? While I'm sitting here and not a lot's going on, I'm going to take a look at Twitter just to see what everyone's saying about the game so far. Someone said no issue with our structure going forward and how we create chances, but our out of possession work is appalling. So yeah, I kind of agree with that. I mean, some people still call in for Rajovic, which is silly. Yeah, interesting thoughts on social media. A lot of people, from what I can see, are agreeing with me regarding the Quadwo bar goal, and that it should have stood. I mean, how many times? Oh, Watford have a chance here in the counter attack. Here we go. Quadwo bar. Quadwo bar. Here we go. Vacuum bio. Oh, I'm getting too excited. Everyone's recovered. Yeah, vacuum bio is taken too long here. The chance has gone. The chance has gone completely. What a shame. Yeah, everyone really agreeing with me on social media about the Quadro bar chance, which I think is fair enough. And I think the point I want to make is, how many times have you seen Erling Haaland run through on goal, shoulder barge someone, and score? And they don't get disallowed. Yet they've disallowed Bar's goal today. So I don't understand what the rule is. Can you shoulder barge someone? Can you go in for a physical duel with someone these days? I don't know anymore really. But certainly Erling Haaland does it. So I don't see why we can't. Please show us your TV or where you are watching. I cannot do that because I would get banned from YouTube. So I cannot do that. I do apologise. You can watch in the UK via Sky Sports Plus or other means, is all I will say. But yeah, I'm not allowed to show the game due to copyright reasons, I'm afraid. Here's Watford, who are having a bit of joy here in the Manchester City penalty area. It's gone all the way back to Ogbonna, who plays it into Imran Loser. I think Tom Ince has looked a bit slow today, actually, is a comment I would make. I've not seen Tom Ince really contribute anything at all. And considering his, one of the most experienced players at the club now, is a bit frustrating, really. Yeah, Tom Ince has done nothing meaningful for me. Brown Electrons, Loser has been poor. I would disagree. I think Loser on the ball has been pretty good. I think maybe he's just given away, too many silly fouls, which has really disrupted Watford's rhythm. But yeah, I don't think he's been the worst player on the pitch. I can't say that. Here's Grealish on the left. Tries an outside of the foot pass. Porteous cuts the ball out, and it goes out for a Manchester City corner. Can I just say we're one subscriber away from hitting our goal for today. So if you are that person and you haven't hit subscribe yet, if you could do that, sorry, I thought Manchester City scored there. If you could do that, that'd be much appreciated. We're just one subscriber away from hitting our goal for today's stream. But yeah, Manchester City there going close to a third goal. It's another corner here. Phil Foden steps up to take it. They go short into Rico Lewis. Here's Grealish once again. Really deep Jack Grealish at the moment. Come on, Watford. At least it's not 10. I was really concerned when the teams got announced. I was thinking, this could maybe be, a complete battering for us today. But actually, I think we've looked very well structured. It's actually looks similar to me as to how Arsenal played in the second half on Sunday. I'm sure a lot of you watched the game. Super Sunday, Arsenal versus Manchester City. Massive game in terms of the title race. Arsenal had Leandro Trossard sent off. And yeah, the way they defended in the second half, of course, they eventually conceded in the 90-something minute. But the way they defended in the second half is quite similar to how Watford defended. And actually, I think Watford have had some good moments going forward at times as well, which I was not expecting either. So I've seen more than I was expecting today, which is always a good thing. Here's City though. Well cut out there by Ogbonna. Quadwobar using his strength to try and get away. He doesn't do so. Grealish looks to play in Phil Foden. Foden trying to shoot there. Watford really struggling now under a bit of pressure from City. But Watford get away. And Quadwobar sends Festi Ebisele down this right-hand side. Oh, what a waste. I think Watford, when we have possession, need to know that we have to do something with it. That was a silly pass across the field. It was very easily cut out. And Watford had the chance there to, go forward and really do something. Here's Grealish. Slowing the game right down. You would think Loser would put himself in the shop window for a move. I think Loser deep down wants to leave Watford. I just watch him and I just don't see the whether it's his body language, his body type, I don't know, but he just doesn't strike me as wanting to be here for a long time. And I think we need to, keep getting rid of players like that. And I think he's one of the last players like that left, really. So as soon as Watford can, I hope they'll cash in on Loser and bring, a younger, maybe English prospect in to replace him, because I just don't get it anymore. I just don't get it. He's injury prone. He doesn't really challenge physically in any duels. The Championship certainly doesn't suit him either. So, yeah, I agree with you. I think we need to get rid. I think we need to get rid of Loser. Is my stance. But today, I think he's looked okay. I think he's looked okay today. Oh, great defending there by Festia Basele. Well done. Shall we take a look at the stats? Because we've not done that yet. So I'll share my screen with you again, as you can all see. And let's take a look at the stats. Wowee, look at that. Bloody hell. Okay. Right, let me just make sure there's nothing happening in the game. So Watford goal kick currently. Okay, we should be fine. Right, so let's take a look at these statistics. So Manchester City, 10 shots to 1, 3 shots on target to none, 74% possession to 26, 454 passes to 162, and a 91% pass accuracy compared to 79%. I mean, that is what you call pretty much pure domination of a football match. So, yeah, fair play. Right, we are approaching the 60-minute mark. And we discussed at half-time potential substitutions that could be made. As we approach the 60-minute mark, let me know in the live chat. Let's say you can bring on 2 players right now. Who would them players be, and why would you bring them on? Let me know in the live chat. If you remember, we've got players like Georgie Chatfordadze, Rocco Vata, Tom Dedi Bashuru, all on the bench. So let me know who you'd bring on and why. Wow, here we go. And as I say that, we're about to see Georgie Chatfordadze. We're actually 2 Watford substitutions, actually. So right on the dot of me speculating about subs, we're seeing 2 for Watford. So Yasser Larouci is coming off for Tom Dedi Bashiri. And I'm just waiting to see who the second sub will be. Oh, Vacuum Bio looks a bit pissed off here coming off. I don't know what Vacuum Bio's problem is he just tried to walk past Tom Cleverley. So I don't know if there's an issue there. But yeah, Vacuum Bio and Larouci off, and Tom Dedi Bashiri and Georgie Chatfordadze have come on. So Tom Cleverley, I suppose you could say, is trying to go for the game. You'd expect now Kwadwo Bar to feature up front, I suspect, for the remainder of the game. But yeah, 2 subs there by Tom Cleverley. Georgie has come on. And yeah, Tom is happy about that. What's the time in Australia now, Tom? What time do you have to go to work? I assume it's about 6:30. No, not 6:30. About 6 p.m. Getting confused. 6 a.m. Is it 6 a.m. About that? Come on, Watford. Go on, Georgie. That's Georgie's first touches of the ball. Tom Dedi Bashiri, of course, used to play for Manchester City. So Tom Dedi today returning to his former club and his former academy, where he come through originally. Watford have won a corner here, by the way. So Watford, in front of the travelling fans, have a corner. Can Watford get a goal? Here's Georgie. Watford take it short. Oh! Oh! Bloody hell. A good delivery there from Georgie Shafatatse towards the back post. The ball then fell to Imran Louza, who it felt like had ages to line up for the shot on the half volley. And he shoots just wide, Imran Louza. But a good move there by Watford. Exciting. Exciting. I still think we'll lose. Just to put that out there, I really think City may score 3 or 4 more goals. But yeah, fair play to Tom. I was not expecting to see Georgie today, so yeah, fair enough. Oh, good save by Jonathan Bond. This could be a goal here. Rico Lewis had the shot. Oh! It's off the line. And it's over by Matthias Nunes. And Manchester City there with 3 big opportunities. It all come, I'm sorry to say, through Ryan Porteous being hot-headed again. He flew into a challenge, missed it, left a lot of space in behind, and then and yeah, Man City subsequently had about 2 or 3 chances on goal. So yeah, unfortunately, Ryan Porteous being the cause of Watford's problems there. And fair play to Bond as well. He made a decent save as well. Oh my God, Quadwo Bar with some great play down the right. And Watford having such a good spell right now. We're looking all right. We're looking all right. I think the way I would sum this game up is that against some decent players, we are holding our own. I think that on another day, with decisions from officials more in our favour, and I'm talking about, of course, a Quadwo Bar goal, I think Watford could be in a different position today. So I'm not disheartened, excuse me, at all by this performance. It's really is just a shame we've not been able to get that goal really, but yeah, we've been all right. We've been all right. Oh, lovely challenge there by Ryan Porteous. Right, here come Manchester City. Rico Lewis, Matthias Nunes, out to Jack Grealish here. Back to Nunes, who got that second goal for City towards the end of that first half. Oh my gosh, here's Georgie Chafford-Atse. It's a 2v2 for Watford. It's Barr and Georgie. Oh, shoots just wide. I tell you what, Georgie has made a difference. Really has. And Quadwo Bar, once again, he looks so threatening. I mean, a poor shot from him that time. But again, you know, threatening on goal at the Etihad is no easy feat at all. Yeah, Georgie again, he won the ball back and went on one of his lovely runs through the middle of the pitch there. By the way, I don't think any of you guys have ever seen me wear glasses. I use these for long distance, so things very far away. So if I'm traveling, for example, I'll put on these glasses, but I can't wear them on here because, as you can see, the light I use to illuminate my face reflects in the glasses, and I look like an alien. So I can't wear them on here. But yeah, if I'm out traveling somewhere, that's unfamiliar. Yeah, I don't know what it is. Is it long-sighted or short-sighted? Because I get confused with the difference. But yeah, things very far away, I struggle to see. So yeah, like for example, at a football match, I can read players' names and stuff and numbers, but if they're literally the other side of the pitch, I do struggle sometimes to make players out. But yeah, there we go. Fun fact: I own glasses. There you go. You never knew that, but now you do. There you go. Right. 68 minutes gone at the Etihad. Watford have a goal kick. We're playing out from the back here. Jonathan Bond gets put under pressure. And he sends it out for a City throw-in. Oh my God. Georgie Shakpatatse wins the ball back again. Tom Ince nearly had the chance that time to run through on goal. And actually, you know what? I think currently right now, I think the Watford fans who travelled to the Etihad can be really proud of the performance. Actually, I think we've been really good. Actually, yeah, it's not been what I expected. Here's Foden. Yes, Savinho for City hasn't really done a lot since he come on for Jeremy Doku, really. Here's Grealish trying to get round Ryan Porteous. Back to Jack Grealish. Oh, this could be free. And it's a good stop by Jonathan Bond. That very easily could have been 3-0 to Manchester City. Bond come out straight away, smothered the shot from Matheus Nunes, and he keeps it at a respectable 2-0 to City at this moment in time. So well done to Jonathan Bond, who has been all right today, actually. And another good save there by Jonathan Bond, a strike from probably, 35 yards out from goal or so. And yeah, Jonathan Bond. Let's see who this was. I think it was Foden with the shot. And yeah, Jonathan Bond saves that. Straight down the middle, it seemed like, from Phil Foden there. And yeah, good save once again by Jonathan Bond for Watford. VJ says, Bar must start on Saturday. I agree. Charlotte says, how is it going? I just had to nip out for 15 minutes. We've been really good. We've had a couple of counter-attacking opportunities, Charlotte. Defensively, Watford look, quite solid still again. As I say that, City could be through here. Here's Savinho, who shoots, and it comes off the post. Wow. City still have the ball here. Here's James McAtee. And yeah, to answer your question, Charlotte, I seem to waffle quite a lot. We've looked good. I think we can all be proud of this performance. It's certainly not what I expected. I was expecting, 4, 5, 6, maybe even more on a bad day. So to say, we've had attempts on goal, a goal disallowed, and we've defended well, I think is something really good. So yeah, for me personally, I'm quite content with the performance. Right, another substitution here from Manchester City. I'll tell you who it is when they tell me on screen. Just waiting for it to flash up. O'Reilly is off and Wright is on. So I've not heard of Wright at all. I assume he is another academy player for Manchester City. Coming into the midfield, it seems. So Wright is on for City and O'Reilly has gone off. And it shows how strong their academy is to be able to play them at the Etihad against the Championship side quite comfortably as well is a real testament to how they develop their young players. George's looked really good since he's come on as well, by the way. You are long-sighted. That's it. That's it. I always get confused. But long-sighted. It's because you know what it is. I just look at screens too much. I look at too many screens all day, every day. So, a quarter of the game left to go. We're approaching 75 minutes here in Manchester. Grealish and Foden are both still on the pitch. Watford defending well. Here's Tom Ince on the ball. Plays it back to Jonathan Bond, who clears long. Looking to find Festi Ebesele. I do have to reiterate, we are just one subscriber away from our goal for today's stream of 1,050 subscribers. So if you are that one person who hasn't clicked that button down below, please do. It will be very much appreciated. The 16-year-old centre-back who played for City today has just gone down with cramp here. Braithwaite has gone down in the middle of the pitch with cramp. Here we go, 2 subs for Watford. My man, Matty Pollock, what a guy, is coming on. It looks like for Festi Ebesele. So Pollock on for Ebesele. And make sure you check out our interview we did with Matty Pollock, where he talks about the Manchester City game, the fact his dad used to play for them. His family are Manchester City supporters as well. He also said in that interview. So yeah, make sure you go and check that out on the Watford Way here on YouTube. Kwadwo Bar, who is for me the Watford man of the match today, is coming off. And Rocco Vata is coming on. So let's see what Rocco Vata can do in the last 15 minutes or so of this game. So Kwadwo Bar off, Festi Ebesele off, and Matty Pollock on, Rocco Vata on. Those are the 2 Watford changes. Here comes a Manchester City substitution. Braithwaite has come off, and Joško Gvardiol has come on for Manchester City, who is, of course, a world-class defender. So, yeah, all the substitutions happening at the moment. Greg Evans, I've never seen you here before. Welcome. Bond, good second half. Agreed. He's made some good saves. Come on, Watford. I just want a goal. I really would just love a goal to give them away fans something to cheer. And they've got some decent players on the pitch now. Rico Lewis, Gvardiol, Stefan Ortega, Foden, Grealish, Savinho. That's a decent City team they've got out on the pitch, and we're still doing quite well. You've been here in spirit. I see. I see. Uh, will Bond play against Sunderland? Says Milchman. Um, I suppose if Batman remains injured, I suspect he will. So yeah, at the moment you would have to assume so. Yes, Greg, much better than the FA Cup final. Of course, that was a terrible day. It really was. And yeah, for everyone watching and wondering, our next live match watch along here on the Watford Way will be next Wednesday. So Wednesday, the 2nd of October at 7:45, as Watford go away to Preston North End in the Championship. So that will be our next watch along here on the channel. Right, we're approaching the last 10 minutes. I think in about 5 minutes or so, I'll ask everyone to put their man of the match in the comments. I know mine already. Unless Watford somehow score 3 goals in the next 10 minutes, yeah, I've already chosen my man of the match for today. Greg says Bio getting a lot of stick on other platforms after he was subbed. Yeah, that was interesting actually. He just didn't look very happy to come off the pitch, did he? Which was really strange. I mean, you don't want players with that kind of attitude playing, really. So I don't know what Bio's issue was really. It was very odd, really was. I thought he did well actually. Generally, his hold up play was okay. It was just for me, he's not clinical enough to be a striker. That header he missed for a competent striker, that should be at least hitting the target. It was a free header, and he still sent it wide. So he's just not good enough for me. But we don't. At least he's not our player anymore, right? He's actually a Udinese player. We sold him to Udinese in the summer, and Nev loaned him back to us for the season. So yeah, we don't have to watch Vacuum Bio for too much longer at Watford, which is a good thing. Hopefully, we'll invest in a couple of strikers next summer, of course. Yeah, not much has happened while I've been speaking to City. Putting Watford under, quite a sustained bit of pressure here, but no chances have been created really. Oh, a fantastic save again. What a save by Jonathan Bond. I think that was Grealish that time, coming in late to the penalty area, running onto a lovely ball across the box. Looked like he was going to slot it into the back of the net. And yeah, Jonathan Bond once again smothers the ball and does really well. So yeah, a few more minutes and then I will ask Everyone watching to put your man of the matches in the comment section. Or the live chat, as I should say on here. Oh, we've not been too bad. We've not been too bad. I am more than happy with the performance I've seen today. I think we've been really good. We've been really good. Maybe I'm just naive. I don't know. Oh, a very interesting sub here. Imran Loser has come off, and I think, if I'm right, this is a Watford debut for Pierre Duomo. So obviously Pierre Duomo is a defensive midfielder, and he's come on for Imran Loser for the last 5 or 6 minutes in this game. And that is all of Watford's changes, I believe, as well. I reckon the Crow doesn't fancy a UK winter. Oh, I tell you what, I hate the winter. I hate the winter. Apart from snow, you know, I hate the dark days, but if it snows, I love it. To get his Udinese career going, I don't know. For some reason, Bio just, you know, he looked really angry coming off the pitch today for some strange reason. Greg says we've been professional. I think that's a good way to sum up our performance today. Charlotte says Bond a contender. Potentially so. I think a lot of the saves are saves I would expect him to make or expect a goalkeeper to make. But yeah, but potentially so. Potentially so. We'll see. Yeah, about 6 minutes to go now in this game before added time. I suspect there will be no added time because I don't think, from my recollection, there has been a major injury today. Actually, good to see that the Watford squad has come away, fingers crossed, unscathed from the game. We've not picked up any knocks. No one's gone off with an injury. We all seem pretty unscathed, which is good. Here's Georgie, though. Spreads it out to this left-hand side. I'll tell you what I do as we come to the end. We'll quickly take a look at the other Carabao Cup fixtures going ahead this evening, and then we'll discuss our man of the matches. So Chelsea beating Barrow 5-0. Walsall Leicester City 0-0. Man City Watford is 2-0. And Aston Villa Wickham is 1-0. So those are the other fixtures going ahead this evening. And yeah, with 5 minutes to go, I think it's safe to say Watford have lost, I would assume. So yeah, we'll start discussing our man of the matches in just a moment. But yeah, Watford defending at the moment. Here's Tom Dele-Bashiru. And wow, Watford have scored through Tom Ince. Watford have just scored a cracking goal through Tom Ince. Tom Ince, some great play by Georgie down the left-hand side after being laid in by Tom Dele-Bashiru. And Tom Ince has just curled a lovely finish into the far corner. So, as I was just saying, the game is over. Watford potentially, in the last few minutes here, have a way back into the game through Tom Ince. A lovely finish by Tom there. And Watford make it 2-1 at the Etihad Stadium. Wow. I was not expecting that. Goodness me. And that come absolutely out of nowhere. My goodness. Wow. Okay. What a finish that was by Tom Ince, by the way. Really good. And here we go. Watford are on the counter-attack again here. Here's Ryan Porteous, who's almost playing as the right winger at the moment. Rocco Vata. Into the box. Tomdele Bashiru. Pierre Duomo. Ryan Porteous. Duomo. Pollock. Matty Pollock just gets that wrong. That's unfortunate. But yeah, Watford have scored. Wow. Lovely stuff. Lovely stuff. I'm delighted with that. Really good. VJ's happy. Tom's happy. Greg's happy. Richard says get in. VJ says time yet. Charlotte, first time he scored against City in I can't remember how long. Greg says he was just about to call me a pessimist. Don't call me a pessimist, Greg. I'm always the optimist. But here we go. Watford are on the attack again here, down this left-hand side. And yeah, get that pass wrong. And I do think it may be too much to ask to get an equalising goal here. And if I'm correct, if Watford did get an equaliser, we would go straight to a penalty shootout. So if Watford did get a goal in the last 3-4 minutes here, we would go straight to a penalty shootout. There would be no extra time. I think those are the new rules in the League Cup this season. No extra time, straight to penalties. So, yeah, let's see what will happen. Keep your fingers crossed. There's literally about a minute and a half to go of normal time here. So we're just hoping the fourth official adds on a few more minutes at the end. But Watford may as well push up really high now to try and get this equalising goal. We may as well go for it. But yeah, Tom Ince rescuing maybe a massive result here for Watford. Let's see what happens. Here's Tomdele Bashiru. Loses out in midfield and City are looking to counter-attack here. Savinho down this right-hand side. Here's Savinho. Looks to curl a shot in. It doesn't happen. Watford defend well. Oh, shut up, ref. That's not a foul at all. Get up. Right, 30 seconds left to play. It's a matter now of how much added time there will be. And yeah, what a shame. You know, in hindsight, if it wasn't for that Ryan Porteous mistake for the first goal, Watford could have maybe be drawing this game right now. How much added time have we got? I can't see. They've not put it up on the screen at the moment. 4 minutes added time. I mean, that is time for Watford to get an equalising goal here. Man City have the ball at the moment. Could you imagine? Oh my goodness, I'd go crazy. Here's Pierre Duomo. Oh, you know what? I'm a bit nervous now, actually. Come on, Watford. Come on. Come on. There's no point faffing about at the back. Get the ball up the pitch. What are we doing? Come on. 90 minutes, 45 seconds is where I'm at currently. Come on. Oh, Man City regain the ball, and they should just keep this now until the end of the game if they're going to be sensible here. Here's Stefan Ortega for City in goal. Come on, Watford. Georgie here closing down Ortega. Porteous doing some good pressing. Oh, Porteous nearly wins it back. And oh my goodness, that's a really high boot there from Jack Grealish on Ryan Porteous. Porteous carries on though like a warrior. Come on, it looks like Watford. Okay, this is it. You know, Watford have now because of Grealish fouling Porteous with a high boot. With what they've got a set piece here at the Etihad in the 92nd minute in front of our travelling fans. Is this the moment Watford equalise against Manchester City? Georgie Chatfordazzi is standing over it. The referee is just talking to someone in the box at the moment. Go on, Georgie. Put in a good delivery. Go on. Georgie puts the delivery in. And it's well defended by City. Thought it was going to go out for a corner there. And yeah, Man City win the throw. And that will probably be that for the game, I would assume. About a minute and a half to go. City panicking here under Watford pressure. They've just sent the ball out for a Watford throw. And Watford looking to get the game going here. A minute 40 left to play. There's Pierre Duomo. Georgie Chatfordazzi needs to pass the ball here into Tom Delly. He does so. Oh, nearly gets the ball in behind. Oh, this is exciting stuff. Oh, referee, don't be ridiculous. He's saying Ken Sema fouled the City player there. And yeah, that's just ridiculous. Rico Lewis goes down with basically the touch of Ken Sema's finger on his back. I mean, that is just silly from the referee. Oh, God. Come on. 30 seconds to play. Stefan Ortega with the goal kick. I imagine Watford won't get any more chances today. But I tell you what, we've had a bloody good go at it today. Yeah, Man City. 5 seconds left to play. Oh, Kyle Walker struggling here under pressure. Sends it out for a throw. Oh, Watford keep it in, sorry. Here's Georgie. Chatfordazzi. Georgie. Here's Oh! Blimey. Jesus. And is that going to be the game? I think that's the game. Yeah, the referee's blown up. Tom Cleverley and Pep Guardiola having a good word there on the touchline. And I tell you what, Watford gave that a bloody good go. I'm really impressed with that performance today. Yeah, what a shame. What a shame. Watford knocked out of the Carabao Cup in the 3rd round. But we gave that a good go. Yeah, very pleasantly surprised, actually, as Charlotte says about that performance. Really good. I'd say my man of the match is probably Kwadwo Bar. Really impressed with his attacking display today. Definitely pushing for a start against Sunderland on Saturday. But yeah, you know, Watford, if we equalised, if we got that goal a bit earlier, we maybe could have got an equaliser. But yeah, really proud, actually. Really impressed with the performance. Put your man of the matches in the live chat before we go. We'll go through them now. As I said, my man of the match today is Kwadwo Bar. Yeah, great performance by him. Oh, wow. That's a decent game, actually. It really was a good game. Let's see what everyone's saying. Rudy says, come on, Watford. Vito says, well done, Watford. Great display. Charlotte says the team can be proud of that performance. Very pleasantly surprised. Make sure to please subscribe to the Watford Way as well before you leave today. It'd be very much appreciated. Richard says, disallowed goal cost us. Yeah, that's so frustrating. The Kwadwo Bar disallowed goal. You know, I've seen so many of them given. Yeah, Rudy says, well done, Hornets, great performance. Charlotte says, no disgrace to lose narrowly at the Etihad. Milchman, now on to Saturday and 3 points. Fingers crossed. Keep your fingers crossed, guys. Greg says, what an effort. Shame on the pessimism. We'll join you again. Thank you, Greg. Entertained. Very good. Bar for you. Have a good one. Cheers, Greg. Thank you very much. VJ says a great one for team morale, and I think that's a great point, VJ. I think for team morale, if Watford got thumped 6 or 7-0 today, that would have been a real shame actually. And they really fought for each other defensively. I thought they were set up well. We looked very well structured in terms of our defensive lines, especially in that first half. And yeah, attacking wise, especially when Georgie come on, we created many more chances. But in the first half, Quadwo Bar really was the highlight for Watford today. So yeah, very impressed. Defensively, again, what I will say is that I have to highlight it. We conceded again within 4 minutes of the match, which is becoming a real trend. You know, it's not happened 1 or 2 times. This is the 5th time in a row Watford have conceded within the first 4 minutes of a professional football match. So we need to sort that out, and hopefully we can sort that out against Sunderland at the weekend. But yeah, other than that, I'm taking real positives from the game. Really happy. And yeah, as I said, we move on to Sunderland this weekend. So I think from me, that's probably just about it. As I said, our next watch along will be for Preston North End on Wednesday, the 2nd of October at 7:45. So please do join me for that game. And yeah, other than that, enjoy the rest of your night. Go and watch films and television, or have a nice drink. And yeah, we'll be looking forward to the game on the Saturday with our match preview coming out later this week. So yeah, Sunderland on Saturday. Looking forward to that. Tough test. And hopefully Tom Cleverley can use this game to inject some more confidence into the players. So enjoy the rest of your nights. Please subscribe. Like the stream as well. I have to keep reiterating this stuff. It really does help. And yeah, we'll see you again soon. Bye-bye. Thanks, guys.